Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. You can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. Well, I've just come out of the shower because what happens normally when I'm getting ready to get cleaned up, I go in there, I shave, I brush my teeth, and I put a YouTube video on or I play some music. So anyway, I saw a video of Council of Geeks. Council of Geeks did a video, and I was reading the subtitles because I didn't have the sound on. And I could read what he was saying, and what he was saying was that someone had come to him and told him they think they know who the next Doctor Who showrunner is going to be. So I put it on, and he claims that someone told him, someone that he verified and checked out, told him that the Happy Valley creator and writer, Sally Wainwright, will be the next Doctor Who showrunner. Now, I can't remember if she's ever worked with a male lead, but I can't remember one thing she's done with a male lead, and I'm sure someone will be able to correct me down below. Look, I'm not one of those people who hates the idea of a female doctor. Let's be absolutely clear about that. But the environment and atmosphere is utterly toxic right now. I kind of believe that this is true. I believe this is true. But not only that, they want to move the production. Apparently, this is all part of the rumour that Council of Geeks was fed. They want to move it from BBC Wales to another place, which is nearer to where Sally Wainwright would want to work. Now, let's be clear about Sally Wainwright. Sally Wainwright is much more talented than Chris Chibnall. There's no question about this. She's even developing something for Disney Plus right now. So she's a very, very good writer. There is no question about it. She would be so huge. Now, a lot of people would even have an issue with a female showrunner. There's no question about it. The inclusion department over at the BBC probably want a female showrunner. So they're going to start all this, the first female showrunner, and Sally's probably going to have to say, yes, I'm a powerful, independent woman, and this is such an important move, and bullshit like that, which is not going to help the situation, is it? But there's no question that Sally is a really, really good writer. But here's the thing. If we move away from the fact that she's a woman, which should have no relevance whatsoever, she's really, really good. That's the thing. And I mean, let's be honest here. They were always going to do this. They were always going to get a female showrunner to be the next showrunner. They're going to double down on their extremism and their apparent equal opportunities. As I say, when I say extremism, the BBC are extreme left. That's the truth. So they're going to double down on what they did with Jodie Whittaker. Jodie Whittaker wasn't the best woman to play the Doctor. That was the problem. But Sally Wainwright may be the best woman to run Doctor Who. So I like Sally. I like what she writes. I think she's a very talented person. But of course, and it doesn't really matter who gets upset about this. It's like what I said when Jodie Whittaker was first cast. If she's a great doctor, those dissenting voices will be silenced. Unfortunately, for one reason or another, she's not a great doctor, and she's not a great doctor, let's be honest about it. And so those dissenting voices weren't silenced. Now, the question we have to ask without watching anything Doctor Who by Sally Wainwright, because she's never written Doctor Who before, we have to ask, can she make great Doctor Who? Yes, she can. I mean, Happy Valley is the only thing I've ever seen. I've seen all three, is it 2 or 3 seasons? It's so good. It's so good. Then we have to go back to the subject of who would she cast as the Doctor? As we know, prominently she's worked with female leads. So the odds are she would work with a female lead. But even this doesn't bother me to a deep extent, because when I look at the females that she's worked with, Saran Jones, the lady who used to play Raquel in Coronation Street, who's become a great actor now. You know, give me Saran Jones as the Doctor. I'll take that now. You know, give me the lady who played Raquel. I can't remember her bloody name now, and I love her. And she's been in Doctor Who as a villain as well, hasn't she? So people like that are the kind of women you would want to play the Doctor. Saran Jones would kill it. So that's what we're hearing. And this all comes from Council of Geeks. Check out his video. His YouTube channel is Council of Geeks. He is at Council of Geeks on Twitter as well. So check out his video. I was shocked to see this video. So these are the bullet points. Council of Geeks was fed this information that the BBC want to appoint Sally Wainwright as the new showrunner of Doctor Who. Check her stuff out, including Happy Valley, which is the most hard-hitting, compelling thing. But let's not forget, Chris Chibnall wrote Broadchurch, and we were all very excited. But don't forget, Chris Chibnall's season 2 and 3 of Broadchurch weren't very good. He is an inconsistent writer and creative. Sally Wainwright isn't. So it's important to put that in as well. So, Sally Wainwright, apparently, according to Council of Geeks source, the BBC wants Sally Wainwright to run Doctor Who. They want to move the production of Doctor Who from Wales to the other place. I forgot the place he mentioned. This is interesting. I'm interested in that because I think Wales is the best place to do everything. The VFX, the production. It's like a mini Hollywood. It's like a mini place. Now, I don't know if this would make things worse. I don't think so, but I just think it's been a great home for Doctor Who. But it does seem like the BBC want to move away from BBC Wales, which is a shame. And they have their weird reasons for wanting to do that. Inclusion and representation, a part of it apparently. It's all very odd. How can a place be more inclusive and representative than another? You'll have to ask them, because I don't get it either. So, right, then. So, we've got those two facts. Well, we don't know, by the way, I don't know if they're facts. I trust Council of Geeks. I don't agree with him all the time, and sometimes he annoys me, and sometimes I love him to bits with what he says. But he's very opinionated, but he's good at what he does, and he's built himself a great platform. I trust Council of Geeks. I think I probably trust his source, because Council of Geeks researched him and verified him. So I do believe they want Sally Wainwright. Now, I've been of the mind recently that they may go back to basics and bring Stephen Moffat back. So there's that. Now, there's another thing that Council of Geeks said that he was fed. That there may be a little break after Chibnall's era of Doctor Who. Because if Sally is working for Disney Plus and doing other projects, she may not be able to come in straight away. And I said this from the beginning, we may not see any more new Doctor Who till 2024. Now, if she comes in straight away, she'll start working next year for maybe a 2023 start, which is really, really cool. But I think we won't see any more Doctor Who after 2022 till 2024. That will be a 2-year break. I mean, we've had these breaks before, so it's not really a big deal. But people will make a lot of it. They'll say, oh yeah, Doctor Who could do with the break, blah-de-blah-de-blah. But it's not a real break. It's a break to wait for Sally's schedule to be cleared up. So I would absolutely love to know what my fellow Doctor Who fans think of this. I've literally come out of the bathroom to do this video because I was kind of interested and excited. At first I thought, but then Sally Wainwright is a good creative, she's a good writer. But of course, they've done this for box checking. We know that. But what I would give them credit for, they have done the inclusive thing, the representation thing, but they've actually brought someone who has got a great CV, who has proof she's really, really good. But we don't know what kind of Doctor Who she would give us and who she would cast. I think it's a foregone conclusion. She will cast a female Doctor. There's no question about this. The BBC don't want certain people to think they won here. There's no question about this. There's a war of attrition with kind of, I think, the right-wing element of the fan base. And I know there's some kind of, it's not all about politics, but some people are just not happy she was a woman. That was never my bone of contention. You can cast every one of the next Doctor as a woman. But here's an interesting thing. Maybe Jo Martin will be the next Doctor and Sally Wainwright will write for her. Now that would be very, very interesting. So finally, what do I think of all of this? As I said, at first I was like, now I'm thinking about it and I think, do you know what? We're going to get a woman. We're going to get a female Doctor, probably Jo Martin. you know what? Sally Wainwright isn't a bad pick, and we're just going to have to put up with the virtue signalling and Sally saying what a strong, powerful woman she is and her new doctor is, and that's great. But you see, the thing is, Sally and the BBC, what we're desperate for now is great Doctor Who. That's all that's important. Because if this pick doesn't work, Doctor Who is truly dead. But let's get one thing absolutely clear, and I'm not part of the fandom menace, but they will be ready for this. And they will not be happy about this, and they will go for this. And as I've said earlier on in the video, the only way to quiet the noise of the dissenting voices is to actually have great Doctor Who and a great Doctor. So we will see. This is the direction we're going. I believe Sally's coming in, but it could be wrong information, so take it with a pinch of salt. But I believe it. I think this is right up the BBC's roadhouse. Now, we don't know if Sally wants the gig. We don't know if this is going to happen. But I think it doesn't matter that Chris Chibnall's era doesn't finish till next year. I think we will get an announcement very, very soon. And just for the fact that this guy has fed this to Council of Geeks, it could be a staged situation to see how people react to it. So they may wait to see the reaction, and then they'll say, no, actually, Sally, people are not happy about it, or something like that. I just don't know how connected Council of Geeks is, because a lot of these YouTubers do kind of, let's just say, have the ear of the BBC and certain creatives. So he could have, I don't want to call him a liar, but he could have made up the source. And actually, the BBC have told him this to see how people think. Because literally, mostly, he talks about Doctor Who. I know he talks about other nerd and geek as well. But it's very, very interesting. So first of all, I'd like to thank Council of Geeks for this information that he put on his video. I am not against it. I'm not totally for it, but I think she is talented and she can write great stories and great characters. The only thing is, the characters I've seen her write are very gritty. They're not necessarily larger than life. That could be a problem. But Christopher Eccleston's Doctor was kind of dowdy, but he could spark into life as well. So we're going to have to wait and see. But that's the rumour, that Sally Wainwright will be the next showrunner of Doctor Who, and Doctor Who will move from BBC Wales. So please comment down below. Like, share and subscribe. I'm losing my voice here, I'm losing the will to live, but I had to do the video because it's exciting. Whether you think this is a great idea or a bad idea, the wheels are they're turning. The motion is turning, something's going to pop. There will be an announcement very, very soon. As I said earlier, I thought they were going to go back to Stephen Moffat because I thought they may want to go back to basics. It doesn't look like that's the case with this information. But this is the internet, and this could be bullshit. But Sally Wainwright just makes a lot of sense to me. It doesn't sound like a lie. Who's going to lie about Sally Wainwright? Come on. But she's a great author. She's a great writer. She could give us great Doctor Who. And in this era of representation and inclusion, if you're going to get a female showrunner, make it Sally Wainwright. Because with Sally, at least we have half a chance. But we're going to have to wait and see. So I'm not despondent, I'm excited, but we're just going to have to wait and see what kind of Doctor Who she gives us, if it's true, and I think it does, and what kind of Doctor she's going to give us. That can be a discussion for another time. I will see you again in the next video. Comment down below, like, share, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Knock that little notification bell so you never miss this perfection. I'm joking, I know I'm ugly. I will see you again soon. Big Doctor Who fan, big DC fan. If you're interested in those things, please subscribe. I'll see you again next time. Until then, goodbye.